So, perfectionism. What the fuck? Why? Why is that happening? Because nothing's happening. When we try to be perfect, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the perfect timing, for the perfect situation and the perfect circumstances, and they're not gonna come. So bam! I am stopping this. I am trying to be imperfect. And guys, I'm gonna explain you why. Because there's a whole science behind it, and there's just incredible work of Brené Brown that helped me find and embrace imperfectionism. And I've read this book. It's called The Gifts of Imperfection. And it's so good because actually it teaches us to be human. But also, I'm still not grateful for my imperfections, but the trick is to trust in God. And actually we can keep going and we can do stuff before we are perfect and before we are very qualified and before the right timing arrives. Because God can do those things that we cannot. We can give it to Him, right? You can ask God before you go to travel. And I went to travel to Africa this winter. And God has helped me so much, bringing the right people, bringing the right hotels, the staying over at a Moroccan family, the healing of my food, the fellow bus passengers that helped me go through an awful night ride, and the perfect hosts. He brings quite perfect things on our way when we let go of control. So from Brené Brown I learned to pray, when you're in the midst of a dip, when you feel so vulnerable, when you feel so embarrassed, you can just say, I give it to God. Those things, because you can't control other people. You can't control traffic. There's so much beyond our control. The mood of your boss. You can't control nature. But God, He can do so many things for us. And I felt stuck so much in perfectionism because I was waiting and preparing, Criticism is a part of like, hey, before I record this video, that's how I go, I need to have a good background, I need to look good, I need to have like my perfect pullover on. And all these preparations, they make me slow down, but they make me stressed. And oftentimes it results that I'm not gonna do or not gonna record that video anyway, because I want things to be perfect. And perfect things, we hardly any time create them. Hardly. So I want you to say, keep making mistakes. Mistakes. Yes. Because we are human, we are perfectly valuable. Yes, there's mistakes, and mistakes can make us feel ashamed. Mistakes can make us self-criticize, but also mistakes, we don't have to criticize ourselves. Also, we can go with a mild look, with a friendly look, with a very kind look, say, wow, I made a mistake there, but I am human. And this is the part that I forgot so many times. And it's the part that I'm learning right now. I'm learning self-compassion. And that still isn't easy because I was treated harshly. I was treated harshly in my upbringing, by parents, by teachers, by classmates. I think I was punished heavily for making mistakes. I remember one time I was in a presentation of my French class, and this was college. And I was standing like this, presenting a kind of story on the wall. We had a beamer printing the words. And as the words were on the wall, my classmates could see that there were some accents put wrong. And there was this one girl, and she was like quite aggressively and like she was having joy in pointing my failures. So she mentioned them while I was standing there, while the whole class was watching me. And I got over this trauma, but still, as I talk about it, I'm like, some people really take joy in other people's mistakes. And that's something that's vicious, but that's something you shouldn't, I shouldn't have taken it on so hard, because it was her problem, it was her need to criticize me, it was her trauma, it was her revenge for something that had happened to that girl. She needed to take revenge for something, and I was there being vulnerable, victimized. But I shouldn't be a victim. I'm still not, and I speak pretty good French, all in all. But you know what happens when we make a wrong story or the wrong interpretation from this, as I did? I thought, that I should be more precise in my French, and that I might prepare somewhat better in the next presentation. And then something good happened. In university, I met this girl that was making very, very, like a lot of writing mistakes. She was spelling terrible, and she was in my group. She was so confident. We were in this 3-person group. We were preparing a test, and she wrote a summary full of spelling mistakes. And she was like, and I was like, maybe that should be written differently. And she was like, okay. And I was like, this girl has an attitude. This girl, we were seated in a canteen. This girl is like, she doesn't get surprised by my comments. She doesn't change, And in the end, she got a really good grade. And in the end, she went through this test, through the class, through other classes. She graduated in 2 years' time. Well, I took 3, actually. And yeah, I still remember her till this day. She became a DJ, actually. But I remember her confidence, and I remember her talking about her dad being very supportive, helping her with her exam preparations. And I think a lot of, in life, it's a lot about confidence and not getting ticked off by a comment. And in my situation, I was in front of a whole group of people. I was vulnerable. I was younger than she was when I saw her spelling mistakes. But I can compare myself to me, and I've been criticized by my parents, by other classmates, because people were stressed. My parents are very loving, but there have been very stressful times, and people, they tend to overreact, And that's always people. They have emotions, they have their own busy things in their mind, and they get to create a harsh response to you. So think about your experiences, if you will. Do it. Because this tells you a lot about the way you criticize yourself. And once you know you criticize yourself, you know you can take a different approach. You can be kind. And that's why I encourage you. Make mistakes, go out there, try to be imperfect, and try to give things to God. Pray God for the outcome. Pray God for the video editing. Pray God for the words that you want to say in a difficult conversation. That's it. Bye bye.